understanding. Do you think that people nowadays are more understanding or less? Do you think that people are understanding each other better, or the misunderstanding has been growing? I don't think we need to go that far to detect that misunderstanding among people have been increasing like never before. Even though today we have advanced, instantaneous means of communication, today we can communicate, translate instantaneously, practically in any language. We can have access to information at the tip of our fingers. And even though we have all these tools for communication, even though we have all this information at our disposal, there has never been so much misunderstanding among people. Misunderstanding has been increasing. Have been noticing that, and those who spend 5 minutes on the internet can confirm what I'm saying. Well, you only need to think why this has been happening. In a fast-paced world where people are in a hurry, running to and fro with anxiety to have things done quickly, which means the world is speeding up. In a world where the attention deficit is high, and because we are in a fast-paced world, who does have time to stop and pay attention to something or somebody? Something that makes understanding easier is for you to pay attention, is for you to hear, for you to focus, concentrate. However, the attention deficit is so high nowadays. People are not having patience to stop and listen to anyone. So attention deficit so high. Added to that, an increasing selfishness from the human being, because today we live in the most egocentric generation that the earth has ever met. The generation of I, look at me, of the selfie, me first, all for me, what can I gain with that? What will I gain with that? Then you add these three things. Lives in a hurry, nobody has time for anything, attention deficit so high, and increasing doses of selfishness. What happens then? An increase on misunderstanding. Nobody pays attention to anyone. Nobody understands each other anymore. People don't have time for each other. Actually, they don't even have time for themselves. A self-generation in the sense of doing their own wishes. Impulses. I want it here now. But that does not mean that they understand each other, that they are taking time for themselves to understand what is happening to themselves. If people are not being able to understand themselves, how will they understand their neighbor? So the levels of misunderstanding are increasing, and with misunderstanding, what does rise as well? Divorces, because men and women are not understanding. Isn't that true? Men and women are becoming enemies, so marriages are failing, parents and children are separating, distancing themselves. Society becomes the type of society that you cannot say anything that you already interpreted with some sort of discrimination or offense. You say A, and the multitude shouts at you racism, sexism, or a new adjective that they will create. So nobody else has the courage or dares to speak their mind under the penalty on being attacked, cancelled, and simply being eliminated from public life. So this is the world that we are living in, the world of the misunderstanding. We cannot change the world. No, we can't. You will not change, I will not change the world. We can only change our own world. The world that we live, at least this one we can change. Then what can we change in this regard? At least in our world, in your world, that in your house, that in your circle of friends, in your workplace, where you have access to, where you have power to do or to influence something, then you can pay more attention to this fact. As people are being more misunderstood, they are destroying relationships. They are judging, rushing to jump into conclusions, and the consequences most of times are terrible. People lose their job, lose their marriage. Anyway, they lose their lives because they jump into conclusions. What can you do? What can we do? First of all, be attentive to this fast-paced life that the world wants you to have. Yes, there are many things that we need to be diligent. If we don't follow the pace, we'll be left behind. I speak in regards to work, professionally, how competitive is your business. This has a value and importance. However, in your personal life, you need to know, you need to do what Jesus used to do. You see in the Gospels that times to time, Jesus will withdraw himself to distant places from the multitude, the great cities, the people who were always competing to go after him. He'll withdraw. Sometimes he'll go alone, others he'll take some disciples. For what? To spend alone times with God, in prayer, in reflection, far away from the noise and the hurry. And we're talking about 2,000 years ago. That the pace of those times is the calm, peaceful times of today. But he had this worry on distancing himself. So sometimes you have to switch off your phone. Sometimes you have to put your phone down and to look in the eyes of your husband, your wife. Sometimes you're going to have to stop this frantic life to always look at a screen. And you have to speak to people that are around you. To speak to God or simply speak to yourself. You have to do that. To slow down a little. This slowing down will help you to understand yourself and people around you better. Will help you to increase your attention, your power of focus. Because nobody who is in a hurry can have a concentrated focus. When you focus, when you read, for example, to meditate on the Word of God, God tells to many of his servants, meditate on my words day and night. The meditation, that's why meditation is so popular in this world. Even though it's a meditation that has nothing to do with God. But just to stop helps so many people. Some people already feel some sort of peace because they stopped to meditate. I don't recommend this meditation, but the meditation that God recommended. That is the meditation on His Word. It's a meditation that helps you to focus. As you are thinking, reading the words of God, then you are increasing your power of focus, of attention, and exciting your ears to hear His Word, that your understanding may be enlightened. And this also will have consequences on the third point. More we hear the Word of God, less selfish we become. The Scriptures says like this on the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 5. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it. Those who are with strong darkness around them, their vision blocked, their understanding blocked, light can shine before their eyes as the midday sun, and still they will not understand. What a tragedy is the person to not understand the light of God, because they don't take a time to focus on this. Because more you focus on the things of this world, more darkness surrounds you. More you search for God, to look above and to meditate on His Word, more light shines in you. And more understanding you become. Now, don't expect to be understood by everybody.
Did you like this? Would you like to hear it again? Listen to it as many times as you need until this content becomes part of you. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share. See you next time.